doing another unpaid for, unbiased review of this Amazon product. As you can see, I purchased it, did not receive it for free like most YouTubers. All right, it was on sale. I don't know if it's going to be this price when I give you the links in the description below, but we're going to check it out. It's a large, heavy-duty tool bag, 17-inch wide mouth, toolbox organizer with pockets, 15 actually, pockets, a shoulder strap, and let's go ahead and take a look at it and see if does it look like the pictures. All right, so I do these reviews because a lot of times some things don't have very many reviews or the people didn't post pictures. All right, so here is the bag. Too bad Louis didn't make a tool bag. That would be fantastic then. All right, so here we go. I just took it out of the package. It's a little rumpled, you know, from the shipping process. Let's flip it over. It does fold up, which is a good thing. Now, what I like is it's really, right off the bat, you can feel the material is very strong. I think it might be some kind of heavy-duty canvas. It might be Oxford. I think it's Oxford canvas, which is very strong. Now, I like these little rubber bumps on the bottom, so when you place it on a wet floor, that should actually stop it from getting wet on the bottom. I mean, if there's a huge puddle, it's not going to help, but that's a good feature. All right, so I'm just going to open it up. The back has no pockets, and it does not have... Actually, no, it does have a shoulder strap. That's even better. I didn't even realize it. I like this handle. I don't know if you can see this. It interlocks. How do you get it open is the question. I mean, oh, look, it just slides out. Do you see that? That's actually really a cool feature. All right, so let's open it up and take a look at it. Okay, right off the bat, look at this. This is actually stronger than I thought. This metal piece here, I thought it was going to be some flimsy piece of crap for $13.99. What I'm noticing with these tool bags, not tool boxes, is a lot of times they'll say 21-inch bag. And the dimensions, when you get it, will only be like 16 inches. It'll say 15-inch bag, and when you get it, it's only 13 inches. They actually measure the pockets. So like if it has pockets sticking out or pockets on the side sticking out, they measure like as if this was sticking out. And that's really, really foul. So let's get the tape measure. To be fair, the company advertised this as a 17-inch tool bag, but in the pictures, it says 16.9 inches across. So we're going to see. All right, let's check it out. I'm going to go from here to here. And let me put my reading glasses on because I'm blinder than a bat. It measures, we'll give it a zoom in. We'll give it an old zoom in. Let's go ahead and zoom in. And they're about, well, you see, I'm going to say about 16 and a half inches across and just a slight bit more. Now, I wouldn't say 16.9 because it would be just under the 17. So yeah. It's called CATCHLUCK in the description, but it looks like it's this brand. I don't know, Tagglethorpe, whatever the heck it is. All right, what I do like about it is when you, well, let me just zoom out just a hair. When you do open it up, it has a piece of metal in here, stitched in here, going around it, so it doesn't collapse. So let's go ahead and open this baby up and make sure it doesn't collapse. And no, it stays up there good. Look, it stays open. Let's try to look inside here. It stays open nicely. Which is, you don't want a bag that's going to collapse when you're trying to put your shiz in it. Actually, this is quite impressive. Look at the pockets inside. Now, a lot of times the pockets inside don't really stretch out a lot, and we're going to go over the shoulder strap in a minute. Let's check it out. And, I mean, they're not robustly thick, you know, or wide. I mean, I can get my hand sort of in there, but it's not for bulgy things, you know what I mean? But it's not too tight. It's okay. There we go. You can see that. And they have it on the other side as well. Interesting. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the shoulder strap, which is smashed up because it was in the bag. It is adjustable. It has a padded... Oh, no. Okay. Well, I'm going to be honest. This sucks. This totally sucks. Yeah, this totally sucks. You get what you pay for. All right, so now the rating went from five stars to much less. I basically told you my reviews are unbiased. I will give you a link to buy this. Let's see if we can fix this. I'm going to get a hot glue gun. By the way, look at that. Styrofoam in there. This is Yankee. Yeah, this is like really... what do they call that? Low rent. In New York, we call it low rent. Okay, all right, so this extends. You can shorten it or lengthen it. This is actually high quality right here, this little clip. And on the other side, it's attached here. And then if you're going to attach the strap, you attach it to that side. All right, I'm not very happy about the mishap here. Let's go ahead and get our glue gun. Sometimes you got to pick and choose your battles. Do you really want to go through the trouble of driving 5 miles to the UPS store to return this? The answer is no, because it was only $13.99. Now, if the bag was $26.99 or $30.99 or $52.99, yeah, my ass would be driving 5 miles. But for now, we have one of these, and I'm waiting for it to heat up. And let's see, can we get this fixed? All right. In all fairness, I was able to fix it. It took like a few minutes, and it looks fine. It's not cosmetically that bad, but I know that it's blemished. It's sullied. It's sullied. But for $13.99, now if they raise the price, I don't know. All right, so, but everything else is really sturdy about it. The stitching is really nice everywhere else. I don't know. The guy that was making it in China was just having a bad day, it seems. The guy at Tagglethorpe. All right, and so I also figured out where they got the 16.9 from. if you look, this bulges out on the sides. So, you know what I mean? These things can stretch. So if you look, I'm going to go ahead and show you. See, now we're getting like 18 inches. So if you want to stretch your tools in here, I wouldn't recommend it if it's a heavy duty saw or something like that, or a sanding machine or something like that, you know, because we just saw that the material on the strap, you know, failed. But this is actually quite thick. When you look close, it's stitched quite well. It's a really thick fabric. I mean, it doesn't feel flimsy. It has weight to it. I don't know, man. All in all, if this bag stays at $13.99, it's a really good buy. I think it's a really good buy. For $13.99, you got the interlocking handles. You got the long strap that can be shortened to wear over your shoulder, as you can see here. The material seems to be good, except for we had that little mishap on the padded handle on the opposite side. It's going to stay because we like industrializedly, we used industrial level glue, hot glun. Oh, I can't do this video. I think I'm having like, I don't know, a brain stroke. Okay. So yeah, the Taggledorp, or the, whatever you call this, a piece of POS, Taggledorp, what was it? Catch Me Outside. I don't know. Bag is actually a good buy at $13.99. Even at $15.99, I would say this is a good buy. Oh, we forgot to measure the height. Hold on. Let's go ahead and do that. There's no pockets on the side. I don't know if you can see that. Here's the side, and here's the materials on the side. Looking quite decent, I might add. All right, so we're going to get a measurement on the side. It's about 9 and 7. Wait, it's meeting about 9 inches. Yeah, there we go. Height. The height. And by the way, the height is really the height, because this clothes is pyramid style. All right, so we're going to go with just below the zipper about 11 inches, and then some with the zipper, but not going to happen. Okay, we did not go over the pockets on the front. So let's go ahead and check them out. As you can see, they're slim. They don't have much give. Let's check it out. Yeah, I mean, they're not too thin, but they're not, I mean, I'd like them to come out more. You know what I mean? Same thing with this one. We have like a little give. Let's go. There we go. Take a look in there. We have a little give. Then we have a Velcro pocket in the center. This one I like. I like this one. This one you can fit more shiz in there. I don't know. Can you see that? You can fit more shiz in there to place my big ham hands. I got like very, very large hands. So this is a good indicator. Yeah, you could fit a couple, you know, things in here, bulky things. Now, for the main test on why I got this bag, I want to put, is that my stomach? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to fit a 6-inch mini chainsaw in here. That was what I wanted to do. All right, so it's a 6-inch blade. So the chainsaw is actually much longer. I have it without the battery. Let's see, can we get it in this bag? That's the whole reason I got this. All right, let's see. Does it fit in here? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Now, let's see if it fits it with its battery. And we're going to measure the tool so it can give you a guide to know if some of your tools will fit in here. Wow, look at this. It has ample room. Let's add a 4-amp battery, which really adds inches onto something like this. And let's see if it can fit in here. And first, let's measure it. Let's get the measuring tape out. Now, with the 4-amp battery, which usually you get only a 2,000 mAh or 2-amp battery, which is half the size of this battery that I attached on here, it would be like 2 inches shorter. So full measurement is almost about 17. Yeah, we're pushing maximus densitas. Okay, this is an absolute beautiful thing. Look, and it has room to spare, but let's close the bag. Does it fit with the bag closed? Now I'm going to throw other shiz in here, but not now. With the bag, now these things are like pyramids. Now they get shorter. You follow what I'm saying? With the bag zippered, it still has ample room in the bottom. And what's great is these things can stretch out. I can stretch out the side of the bag. So if your tool is a little longer, you can push it to the limit. All right, so now I'm going to open this up. And, wow, I like this. I like that it like pretty much stays open, but it's collapsing unless you got to push it all out. You got to push the bag all out, and then it will stay open. But there we go. Look, we got ample space in here. And then we can add more stuff with our saw. All right, I'm going to take the saw out. Try not to kill myself here. Because once you put the battery in, do you know these things? If you leave the battery in your power tools, now, I'm not a crafts person, you know, a tool person, a handyman, whatever you want to call it. But if you leave the battery in, your shit is on. Your shit is on and you don't even know it, as you can see indicated here. So that's pretty scary. All right, let's take this off. I'm going to get a measurement of this without the battery. But remember, this is a 4-amp battery, which is 4,000 mAh. We'll measure that. And let's go ahead and do that. And so a 4-amp battery is going to measure, well, not all of them are universal, but about 2 and change. About 2 1/4. Now, a regular battery on these things are probably about 1 1/4, 1.5 inches high. So there you go. The width of my saw at the widest point, because you might have something you want to put in this bag. And we had ample space. We had ample space on this side and this side, which was great. You might be getting this because you have a mini chainsaw and it didn't come with a box. Because sometimes I buy the mini chainsaws that don't come with a box because it's cheaper to get it without the storage box or the plastic tool box. And you might be like, oh, I really want to fit it in a bag. And this without the battery, you see it's about 15 and change tall. So you got to make sure the width inside your bag is that wide or wider, and you know, length across. So yeah, all right. And the width of this baby, these are pretty much universal. You know, you figure about with this bubble thing, this bubble oiler, about yay. Not the battery. Generally the 6-inch saws they're not exactly the same size as this one. This one is the eBossom brand, EBOSSOM brand. Pretty much they're either around a little bit longer than this in the 6-inch blade ones, or just a tiny bit shorter. So they're about the same width, and the same depth. Generally, you know, don't take what I'm saying for to heart. And then you can add your extra battery in here as well. You can add all sorts of shiz in here. Will an extra battery fit in one of these pouches on the side if it's thin? This one is going to be probably, yeah, pushing maximum density or maximum densitas. Yeah, wait. Yeah, not going to happen. The extra 4 amp battery fit in here. You force the son of a bitch in there. If you force the son of a bitch in there, you know, you can you can get it in there, like so. The middle pocket, way better, but can we close it? And we're not going to be able to close it unless we put it sideways. That is the question. Aha. Oh ho. Oh he. Called Shinty Tool. It should be called Shitty Tool. I buy these aftermarket batteries. It's like a Makita knockoff. All right, there we go. Most of these saws take Makita type batteries, the 18 volt, which is interchangeable on most of the saws, not all. So don't take my word for it. And I'm going to do a product review. This is actually really a great battery. It was $29.99 and came with a charger, and it gives you 4 amps or 4,000 milliamps. All right, can we close this? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. All right. Hey, all in all, I was going to give this like 4 stars because of the mishap with the strap, and I'm no longer doing that. Hold on. This clip is very, very, very strong. Really strong. I'm very actually surprised. Color me surprised. You guys probably want to know measurements on the pockets. Then, guys, I'm going to tell you, I do the most thoroughest reviews, unpaid for, unbiased reviews. If you're a company and you want to give me a free product to review, send it to me. Go into my community tab or about me tab, and you can contact me. You want to send me something free, some free shiz? Yeah, I'll review it. All right, so the width of this sucker is about yay. What is that about? I'd say 4 1/4 across. Is that 4 1/4 across? Hold on. Just going to flatten this. That would be better. Wouldn't that? Okay. We're going to go with 4 inches across. The bigger pocket in the center. Go ahead. We're going to go with, I'm not a professional measurer. What, about 7? It's about 7 across. And then again, this is going to be about 4. Is it? Wait, hold on. I suck at measuring. All right, this is not good. All right, hold on. You figure give or take about 4.5 on these 2 pockets. And we saw this middle one here is about yay. About yay. I don't know. Can you see? Can you see? Yeah. About 6 and change, almost 7. The depth. Okay, so let's get the depth. About 5.5. Let's go ahead and get with the depth. About yay. Not Kanye. I suck at measuring. Can you see? 5 3/8. Is that 5 3/8? 5.5? Somewhere's around there. Son of a gun. Son of a gun. I made the whole video and didn't realize something. It has 3 more pockets underneath the front pockets. Well, look at this, boys and girls. All right, so we got 3 of these, which are probably the 4-inch width, right? Okay, and it's just a little bit deeper, but they're very thin. So you're going to be able to only fit thin things in here. Slim. Oh, okay, so there's 2. There's 2 smaller ones, so 2-inch probably by 2-inch. Wait, we'll get the measurer out. Hold on. All right, so no, I'm wrong. I'm a schmuck. About 3. Look at it. Just look at the ruler because I suck at measuring. What is that? 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. And the big one over here is about yay, not Kanye. About 4 3/4. So all in all, this is the bag. It's actually I really like the clipping handles. That's actually showing me that it's sturdy. Yeah, we just had one mishap. I don't know why you make a bag so beautiful. You make a bag so beautiful and then you do that. Hey, you know, I guess they cheaped out on, on the strap that is removable, by the way. Here is the back. Now it's a little wrinkled because it was folded up in the Amazon delivery. But there we go, just so you can see. Yeah, I'm going to say this is not a bad bag at all for the price range. So I noticed something that was really odd. I went to pull the handle up, and it was like one side. It was like tilting on one side. You can actually pull this handle across the nylon to adjust it, to centerize it. At first, then I was going to be like, oh, now this is going to be 3.8 stars. But now we got it centered. You just pull on either side, and yeah, you can actually make this centered. All right, so if this bag stays under 20 bucks, it's a good deal. It's a pretty good deal. 17-inch bag. It's pretty much about 17. You saw my 6-inch chainsaw, went in it, and was no problem for extras. Pockets could have been a little bigger. Pockets inside could have been a little bigger. There could have been pockets put on the back. This could have been made a little better, but it is a thick type of material, as you can see here. I do like the bottom. We forgot about that. That's actually, hold on, that's a really nice feature. And that's it. That's the end of my review. Links for this product will be in the description below. I'm not responsible if the price goes up, if the price goes down. Don't blame me. All right, see you on the next review. Please hit the subscribe button since I'm not getting paid for this shiz.